This is Gerardo Del Real with Resource Stock Digest. Joining me from the field is the president and CEO of Ethos Gold, Mr. Craig Roberts. Craig, how are you this morning?
Doing okay, Gerardo. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm well. I want to thank you for jumping on a call so quickly. Let's get right to it. The stock is down right now some 15 to 17% on drill results from the La Purísima project in Mexico. So let's get right to it and talk about the results there. You had some lower grade hits that were not what you were expecting. You've decided to terminate the existing options. And I want to be very clear to existing shareholders and people that are looking at Ethos Gold as a potential speculation. The goal at La Purísima, and correct me if I'm wrong, Craig, was always to test inexpensively the more attractive targets there. We know what exploration is. You're either going to hit or you're going to miss. On this one, it looks like a miss, but I want to talk about how inexpensive it was to test this and what else you're doing. I mentioned off the top there that you're in the field right now, so I know there's a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah, no, that is correct, Gerardo. In the end, on this drill program, we drilled 16 RC holes. Our total cost, direct cost for that drilling was, I believe it was about $154,000 US, of which we get just over 20,000 back in EVA. So yeah, it was actually a very inexpensive program. Based on the surface sampling and the trenching we had, we were certainly expecting better results than we got. But, we got to deal with the reality here that, the drilling wasn't delivering the kind of numbers that could lead us towards an economic project and to building shareholder value. So we've just decided not to put more money into the project, to terminate it. And we've certainly got a number of other things in our portfolio we're quite excited about, and we'll just move on to those. And so that's exploration, I guess.
Absolutely. Let's talk about those other projects. So you have a market cap, I think, of approximately 11 million or so. I want to talk about the projects in a bit, but I also want to provide a bit of context. I said that the stock was down some 15, 16, 17%. That's a couple of pennies, to be clear. It's not quite as dramatic as that sounds. That $11 million market cap is backed by how much cash right now, Craig, as of the latest reporting period?
As of now, without Nevada drilling completed, our Mexico drilling completed, we're at about 4.5 million Canadian currently.
Got it. So about 40% of the market cap backed up by cash. And let's be clear, we're waiting on assays from Iron Point. Can we talk about that project and how things are advancing there?
Sure. Yeah, we've drilled 4 holes to depth at Iron Point. First hole, a core hole, went to 2350. We were still actually waiting for the assay results from that hole. And that was the first hole we drilled. And unfortunately, in Nevada, there's a big backup at the labs at the moment. And Barrick and other companies have a lot of activity there. So it has been quite delayed getting the results. But certainly from what we're seeing, and we're certainly seeing what we anticipated in the core. And we're looking forward to getting those results from the first hole. We've also drilled about a little more than a mile north of that location. That's an area where the lower plate comes right to surface, where there's been some historic drilling with some quite anomalous gold in it, and also a big footprint on surface, quite a significant gold anomaly on surface. So we've drilled deeper there with 2 holes, and we're anticipating those results fairly soon as well.
Excellent. You're in Quebec. You're at another project. You're definitely not short on activity. What are you doing in Quebec right now, Craig?
Well, in Quebec, we've done a little more surface sampling, mapping, rock chip sampling, etc. But more importantly, we've just completed a ground-based geophysics program, which is both IP and MAG. Historically, this project had approximately 200 holes drilled to about 300 meters of depth. That drilling has intersected some actually quite high-grade gold. The best section is, if I recall correctly, about 10.6 meters of 13.5 grams. I think that's the press release has the exact number, but I'm pretty sure that those are the numbers. And there's a number of other, quite significant high-grade intersections. The geologists who worked on the project historically always thought that it needed IP to try and get geometry on that mineralization. So that's what we've done now, and we will be following that up in the fourth quarter here with drilling. Also, the project's very prospective, deeper for LaRonde type mineralization. LaRonde is the primary project of Agnico Eagle.
Right.
This project has a lot of features that are similar to LaRonde in terms of supposed to be lithogeochemistry, the geology, the environment, and historically, and even recently, there was an airborne geophysics survey which picked up targets at depth. We've now done the ground-based geophysics to refine those targets, and we've got a consulting firm, Innovexplo, who are in Val-d'Or and Montreal, doing a complete data compilation on the project and pulling together all of this current recent geophysics with all of the historic work to help us really refine our drill targets. And as I say, we're anticipating to do quite a significant drill program in the fourth quarter of this year, targeting both these shallower high-grade targets and also the deeper LaRonde type targets. So we're quite excited by it.
Good. And I just want to cut in real quick, Craig, that Placer Dome hole 73 that you referenced there was a 10.6 meter interval of 13.47 grams per ton gold that started at about 173.9 meters down the hole. So obviously, if you're able to hit anything close to that with some sort of consistency and continuity in the context of $1,545 gold here US, I think it's going to be a heck of a fourth quarter. So I'm looking forward to results from Iron Point in Nevada. I'm excited to get a clearer picture of what that project looks like moving forward, and obviously looking forward to drilling in the fourth quarter out of Quebec. Is there anything else that you'd like to add, Craig?
Yeah, I mean, the only other point I'd make on Quebec is that what a fantastic jurisdiction it is to operate in. A project is very accessible. It's going to be quite low cost to operate from a logistics point of view. The cost of drilling in Quebec is very low as well, core drilling, and just the general environment here is very, very positive. So, that's another key element I would add for that project particularly.
Excellent. Craig, thank you again for jumping on this morning, and hopefully the next time we're talking great news out of Nevada.
Yeah, no, I look forward to it, Gerardo. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks again.
Okay.